Monday, May 12th, on Days of Our Lives is anything but calm. From a life-threatening health scare to a high-stakes corporate showdown, a daring break-in, and prayers whispered through tears, this episode is a powerful mix of urgency, strategy, and raw emotion. As battle lines are drawn over control of the Versavix project and one beloved character's fate hangs in the balance, Salem is once again the epicenter of secrets, sacrifice, and calculated risks. Let's dive into what's coming, and what it could mean for the days ahead. We open in a place Xander Kyriakis rarely finds himself, vulnerable, helpless, and terrified. Sarah Horton, his wife, his anchor, the woman who helped redeem the darkest parts of his soul, is rushed to the hospital after suffering a sudden and severe allergic reaction. It's unexpected, it's dangerous, and it shakes Xander to his core. In a matter of moments, everything changes. What began as a normal day turns into a waking nightmare. Monitors beep, nurses rush, doctors speak in urgent tones. And Xander, usually so confident and controlled, is reduced to silence, watching, pacing, praying. For a man like Xander, pain is something you punch. Problems are things you outwit. But this is different. He can't fight an allergy. He can't outmuscle a medical crisis. And for once, he realizes just how fragile everything is. In that hospital room, the world outside begins to vanish. Business meetings, power struggles, even revenge plans, none of it matters when the person you love is slipping through your fingers. And while Xander's heart is tethered to a hospital bed, completely consumed with fear and devotion, someone else is watching. Waiting, plotting, because in Salem, vulnerability is a currency. And when a titan is distracted, it creates the perfect opening for a predator to strike. Across town, E.J. DiMera sharpens his focus, and his claws. He's been circling the Versavix research project for weeks. It's more than just a scientific initiative. It's a crown jewel, a breakthrough tied to cutting-edge medicine, innovation, and immense profit. Whoever controls it, controls the future of Salem's most powerful institutions. Up until now, the balance of power has been fragile, Titan versus DiMera Enterprises. Both circling the project like wolves. But EJ knows something the others don't. Xander is no longer watching the board. Word travels fast in Salem's elite circles. And when EJ hears that Sarah's been hospitalized, he doesn't hesitate. He sees the moment for what it is, not tragedy, but opportunity. While Xander is preoccupied, emotionally overwhelmed and completely off his game, EJ begins making calls. Leaning on connections, offering incentives, twisting arms in the hospital boardroom. Because EJ isn't just interested in a deal, he wants a power grab. He's calculating, cold, and utterly relentless. He's not above taking advantage of a personal crisis if it means shifting the balance of power. To him, emotions are weaknesses to exploit, and today, Xander has plenty of them. But EJ's ambition comes with a dangerous flaw: he's underestimating the fallout. If Xander finds out that EJ used Sarah's medical emergency as cover to make a move, there will be hell to pay. In Salem, power plays never stay clean. They get messy, they get personal, and they always come back around. The only question is, will EJ gain control before Xander regains his footing? Or is this bold move the very one that will reignite an all-out war between two of Salem's most dangerous men? Elsewhere in Salem, far from boardroom power grabs and hospital bedside vigils, two men prepare to risk everything. Sean Brady and Steve Patch Johnson are no strangers to danger, but this time, it's not about the badge or the mission. It's about Bo Brady. His condition remains critical. And the one experimental treatment that could potentially save him? Tied up in red tape, hospital regulations, and endless delays. Steve and Sean are done waiting. With no official approval and no time left to waste, they make a decision: break into the lab. Locate the serum, retrieve the dosage Bo needs. Get out before anyone knows they were ever there. It's bold. It's reckless. It's illegal. But to them, it's necessary. Sean, haunted by the choices he's made, carries the heavy weight of guilt. This is his father. This is his second chance to make things right. Where words failed, maybe action can succeed. For Steve, it's personal, too. Bo has always been more than just a brother in arms. He's family, a friend, a warrior worth saving, and if it takes bending the rules to bring him back, so be it. They suit up under cover of darkness. The plan is simple, in theory. Get in, locate the vial, get out. But in Salem, nothing ever goes according to plan. Security is tighter than expected. Surveillance systems threaten to expose their every move. And just beyond those sterile walls lies the risk of discovery, by hospital staff, law enforcement, or worse, someone looking to use the serum for something else entirely. One wrong move, one unexpected witness, and their rescue mission becomes a front-page scandal, or worse, a criminal charge. The stakes aren't just high, they're life-altering. Will they walk out with the cure that could change Bo's fate forever? Or will this mission collapse under the weight of good intentions turned bad? While the tension brews in the background, we're brought to a quieter, more tender moment, one that carries its own weight of heartbreak and hope. Julie Williams, dignified and enduring, remains the emotional compass of the family. She doesn't need to sneak through corridors or battle for power. Her battlefield is more intimate, the heart. As Bo lies unconscious, caught in the limbo between life and death, Julie stays close to her beloved Doug, leaning on the kind of strength only decades of love can bring. In a moment of raw honesty, she confesses her deepest fear, that Bo may never wake up. But in the same breath, she offers something stronger than fear, faith. Julie doesn't plead for miracles lightly. She's lived through loss. She's seen heartbreak. But she also believes in resilience, in family, in the unbreakable will of the human spirit. Looking into Doug's eyes, she whispers a prayer, not just to the heavens, but into the soul of the man lying motionless down the hall. A prayer not just for survival, but for return. She knows Bo can hear them. She feels it, and even if science has little left to offer, she refuses to let go of hope. Because in a town full of betrayals, conspiracies, and moral compromise, it's moments like this, quiet, honest, full of love, that remind us what days of our lives has always been about. Family, legacy, the power of human connection in the darkest of hours. Julie's prayer isn't just for Bo. It's for the family that's scattered, struggling, but still fighting. It's for the ones risking everything. The ones who've lost their way. The ones who just need one more chance. And sometimes, in Salem, it's those whispered prayers that move mountains. Because when all else fails, faith is the strongest force of all. As the episode unfolds, it becomes clear that Salem is standing on a knife's edge. Every storyline is shifting, every player is making their move, and the balance of power is hanging by a thread. Xander, once a dominant force in the business world, is now completely consumed by fear for Sarah's life. His focus is no longer on deals, control, or Titan, it's on the woman he loves, fighting a medical battle that blindsided them both. In that moment of vulnerability, he has no idea that his silence is opening doors for someone else to walk through. EJ DiMera, watching from the shadows, is more than ready to capitalize on that opening. With Xander distracted, EJ begins orchestrating a calculated takeover, pushing deeper into the Versavix project and pressing his influence in places Titan no longer has the strength to defend. He's playing the long game. And as cold as it is, he's playing it well. Meanwhile, Sean and Steve are stepping far outside the law. What started as a noble mission to save Bo has now become a risky heist, with no backup, no clearance, and no certainty. If they get caught, the consequences won't just be legal, they'll be personal. They'll have to answer for stealing from the very institution they claim to protect. And more importantly, they'll have to answer to themselves if they fail. Then, there's Julie Williams, not fighting in the boardroom or breaking into labs, but holding the emotional core of this entire crisis in her hands. Through whispered prayers and quiet strength, she carries the heart of the Brady family forward. While others are making moves, Julie is making meaning. She's the one asking the real question. What is any of this worth, if Bo doesn't survive it? Together, all these pieces are in motion. And Salem? Salem is teetering. Will EJ rise to the top, only to fall harder later? Will Xander realize too late that love and power demand attention in equal measure? Will Steve and Sean emerge as heroes, or walk away as fugitives? And above all, will Bo open his eyes? Will he return to a world that's already unraveling, or will his silence be the price of every risk taken in his name? Because in Salem, miracles never come easy. They come with sacrifice, with secrets, with consequences that echo far beyond the moment. And someone always pays the price. Monday, May 12th, isn't just another day in Salem, it's a turning point in every sense of the word. Hearts are breaking, loyalties are being tested, and beneath the surface of every smile, every deal, and every desperate prayer, the cracks are beginning to show. This episode doesn't just continue a storyline, it redefines everything. One moment of hesitation could change the future. One wrong decision could destroy it. So whatever you do, don't miss it. Because the twists, the betrayals, the heartbreak, and the hope, they're all coming for you, in one unmissable hour of Days of Our Lives. If you found this breakdown compelling, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives, spoiler insights, and bold predictions from Salem and beyond. Until next time, stay bold, stay resilient, and as always, never stop believing in the drama.